A COVID-era policy that prevents state governments from unenrolling people from Medicaid will end on March 31st. The Georgia Budget and Policy Institute estimates that over 500,000 Georgians will lose their Medicaid coverage. This could make healthcare debts even worse.
The dispensers are easy to use. All you do is choose whether you'd like a pad or a tampon and click the button. If it's empty, like it is right now, you would scan this QR code and request that they refill the products.
I'm here in front of Athens-Clarke County City Hall where Melissa Link was just sworn in as the new District 2 Commissioner. The seat has been vacant since September when Mariah Parker, the former District 2 Commissioner, resigned. This year-long process will put a lot of pressure on an already overworked and understaffed system, Chan says. Because of the large number of people they'll be evaluating, mistakes in the process will lead to people temporarily losing their coverage even if they're still eligible, a problem that will mostly affect children. I spoke to Jennifer Richardson at the Athens Neighborhood Health Center, who says she's also worried about children losing their coverage and going without care. Sodas, snacks, and bags of blood are the three staples of a blood drive. The Blood Connection hosted its fourth blood drive at the University of Georgia in the Tate Student Center today. Blood drives are vital to the healthcare system, with nearly 29,000 units of red blood cells needed in the U.S. every day, according to the Red Cross. The Blood Connection is one nonprofit working to serve over 120 local hospitals in Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina.
There's no replicate of blood. You can't manufacture it. There's nothing else that can be used when blood is needed in an emergency. It has to be blood. So that's why donation centers like us exist.
Van Dyke says they want to help the blood drive host with promotions like donating money to the school and to Miracle Network.
You know, we've got people giving to us, and so we want to give back to the community that we're in. Blood donors are important, but blood drive hosts are just as important.
Van Dyke says they like holding drives at colleges because students have flexible schedules, healthy blood, and she finds they're very generous when it comes to donating. Sophia Pasentino, a sophomore at UGA, was studying in Tate when she saw a notification about the blood drive. She decided to donate for the first time.
I decided that it was just a good deed that I could do for the day, you know, like there's so much need for it, and if I have healthy blood, like I may as well go do something good.
Since they give to local hospitals, Van Dyke says they prefer to collect from those communities.
We want to make sure people understand that we're providing blood to the region, and so it is a responsibility of the community members to give that blood.
Their goal is to create a self-sufficient system where the hospitals receive as much blood as is being donated in the region. Hair dryers at Ayla Ferris Salon are a common sound for Callie Schneiderwind, but it wasn't always like this. Schneiderwind moved to the Athens area about 2 years ago after separating from an abusive partner. She brought her 5 kids to Georgia for a fresh start.
Trying to navigate the different avenues of support, you can get kind of hopeless. And so I was just struggling to buy groceries.
8 months ago, Schneiderwind found support in an unexpected place, the Mutual Aid Athens Facebook group. After sharing her story, she received an outpouring of support. A member even went grocery shopping for her family.
Sometimes I don't think people realize that impact. I gave her a huge hug and she was kind of like, it's okay, you know, it's not that big of a deal, but for us it was a really big deal.
The group is private, but anyone can join after answering a few questions. According to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, over 10 million people a year are physically abused by a partner. Schneiderwind said fleeing domestic abuse left her feeling isolated, but Mutual Aid gave her a space where she found support. Joel Isler, a part-time professor at the University of Georgia, says Mutual Aid addresses gaps and failures in the government. He calls it solidarity, not charity.
Or giving what you have and taking what you need.
Mutual aid could mean sending a few dollars to help someone with their utility bill, or it could be sharing resources you've heard about in the area. It can also be more hands-on than that. One member grows edible crops in his neighborhood, which he gives out to mutual aid members. Moderator Ariel Alexis's role in Mutual Aid Athens starts with typing up Facebook posts. She organizes the online portion of the group by sharing information and centralizing resources for other members.
We need these smaller groups and smaller entities of community-focused care because there's always going to be need in the community itself.
Isler says there are some barriers to having a group that's based online.
It's with the assumption that people have regular, constant access to the internet.
Alexis says the group has had several big successes, like organizing a Christmas gift program which provided about 50 families with gifts.
That's been my favorite personal change in the group, is just people being a little more actively involved in helping others.
Schneiderman wants to use her own skills to help people in Mutual Aid Athens.
I can cut hair, you know, and that doesn't cost me anything, but it makes a big impact.
It's a community they're building one Facebook post at a time. For Grady News Source, Olivia Wakim.